All right. How's it going, guys? I see Braulio, Goldie. You can't think of a username. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Sayaka's Soul Gem, welcome as well. How you guys doing today? Welcome. Hope you guys had a good, I guess, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Sorry for there not being a stream yesterday. I ended up, so my plan was like, oh, I'm gonna, take Wednesday off like I usually do because I got stuff going on. I'll stream Thursday, but then ended up helping out, or just doing some stuff, like, as far as, like, getting some stuff to my parents' house since they sold it and everything. And I'm kind of glad I moved the stream because as soon as I got home from that, I got a horrific migraine. So it wouldn't have been a good day to stream anyways. So thank you guys for being patient. Good to see you guys again today. Hope you guys had a good, end to your week and everything. It's good to see you guys. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started here on the hunt today. Gamers, welcome. Halloween 2021 be like Squid Game costumes everywhere. It's iconic and it's easy, I get it. Like I said, it's iconic and easy. Happy Big Friday. Heck yeah, Sayaka. One of your favorite streamers started streaming again. It's been like 3 months since the last stream. Yo, nice. What streamer was that? Alright. Ooh, we actually got some sun. It's not quite full spoop yet. Alright, 1 second here. I am going to change the lighting on the stream a little bit. I gotta make it a little bit more spoopy, right? Gotta go for the, yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we got the purple and orange lights. Vanillix, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Got an HVAC service ahead for summer, but it's October. Now's the best time to get it done. As the dude at the local hardware store tries to say every time I walk in, despite, like, every other day, pretty much every time I go there. It's like, hey, you get your HVAC service? It's like, I rent. It's not my problem. It is not my concern. I mean, it's my concern, but it's not my thing to deal with. And mine is fine. Yo, Sayaka Soul Gem, thank you for the $10 super chat. Good luck with Hunt. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Dono hype in chat for Sayaka, guys. See at least 20 people and something about Squid Game. I mean, like I said, it's iconic and it's easy. There we go. Good luck with them. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Kaios, they stream on Twitch. They usually play Terraria, but today he played Monopoly and Minecraft. That's awesome. Dono Pog. Heck yeah. A lot of Squid Game costumes because it blew up so close to Halloween. True. Yo, Mayu and Happy Ampapom, welcome to the stream. But Mayu arrived, there's already a dono, right? Chat's crazy today already. Man, how you guys doing, Happy and Mayu? Hope you guys are having a good day. I did not mean to hit that button. Only Squid Game worth anything is Splatoon. The show was actually really good. I really enjoyed the show. Splatoon is top notch, though. Agreed. I'm ready for Splatoon 3. Oop, dono, heck yeah. Alright, let's get back over there. Yeah, so guys, I guess we'll have to get the other part of Duskull printing in a bit. I'm gonna get stream going first before we really start diving into that again. But between streams, I decided, since I found this while looking for the Duskull file, so we printed this yesterday, or on Tuesday's stream? Yeah, Tuesday. We printed this on Tuesday's stream. I'm going to try to print the rest of it today, which probably would need to get started sooner rather than later, for the sake of knowing how long it's going to take to print the whole thing. But, so I printed this, in what, an hour and a half, hour 45 or something. I printed this for over a day. I found this file at the same time I found the Duskull stuff. But yeah, I found, a, full-size Cubone skull thing to print. It's really cool. Squid Game's so good. It really is. I won't talk about it too much. I know it's still relatively recent enough that people are like watching it still. What should you get into Splatoon? Never played it, and people always tell you should get it. I enjoyed playing 2. When I did, my problem ended up being my internet was kind of crap. Like, I was able to play Splatoon 2 and got really into it for like a month, and then I moved into a college apartment that I was in for a couple years, and the internet was terrible, so I just wasn't able to play multiplayer games. Splatoon 3 would be so chaotic and orderly. How so? Splatoon 3 was such a surprise because he thought Splatoon was over. Looks like Chaos and Order thing did decide. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Not much variety in outfits for Squid Game, so you'll probably be seeing track jackets. Track jackets are just like the pink clean suits with a mask. Simple enough things to do. Hey, what's going on, Shy? Welcome to the stream. Battered Internet, so I don't play Unite. I don't play Unite because I'm terrible at MOBAs. To be completely honest, I'm just awful at MOBAs, so I just avoid them entirely. Don't have Netflix? That's fair. That's fair. No McDonald's Wi-Fi Splatoon. Yeah, I have to go. Alright, see you later, username. Thanks so much for tuning into the stream. Hope to see you again soon. Hope you have a good weekend. Wish you got your Pichu under 600 encounters. Still haven't gotten it. Rip. Rip. Yeah, so here in a minute, we'll start figuring out the printing thing. Forgot to like. Yes, if you leave a like, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's already left a like on the stream. We're almost at 10 immediately. That's awesome. Really, really appreciate it. Now, I'd watched Squid Game 2 months before it blew up. Really? I didn't know it was out that long ago. Because, yeah, it really did just, like, it seemingly came out of nowhere. Tyler Families always need to get into things before they become trending. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You can always, like, be like, oh, yeah, I saw that, like, months ago, you know? I'm gonna head out. Alright, see you later. See you later, username. Thanks for tuning in. You did a reference. Oh, yeah. You did. Excuse me. Hey, Wake, what's going on, man? It seemingly came out of nowhere, and so did I. How's it going, Wake? Hope you're having a good day, man. Hope you had a good week. Anyone in chat got anything exciting planned for the weekend? I know my weekend's going to be relatively low-key in comparison to the past couple, just as far as, like, you know, last weekend I had, like, a league race, and I think the weekend before that I was doing something, I forget. That might have been my moving weekend, I forget, honestly. Time has been a blur. Are pickle jars so hard to open? I don't know. One of the world's greatest mysteries. Most things that are branded with the Netflix N normally is pretty garbage, but this is the first time in a while I've seen something quality come out of them. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's just like, I don't think it's like inherent that everything that comes out with that is bad. I mean, I think there's a lot of good stuff that gets it. My biggest issue with like the Netflix originals branding is that 90% of the time it's not, and it's just Netflix is the one who licensed it in like a certain region. I know a lot of anime is that way, and then like Squid Game. I don't believe Squid Game was made by Squid Game was like ended up getting funded by Netflix, I believe, because I know it was a big story that it trended so hard that like South Korean ISPs are like, yo, you got to start paying fees like for being like a content host on like our internet, because it used up like a singular, like specifically streams of Squid Game in South Korea used up full percentage points of the entire internet bandwidth in the country. So close to ranking up. 99 of 100. Dang. You're watching, Scott? Nice. You're flying home Sunday. Nice. So finishing up the internship, or just like coming home for a little bit? Or are you still doing the internship thing? I forget what exactly. I feel like you gave an update. I don't know if it's still an internship, if it's like permanent now or something. R&R this weekend. We're gonna carve another pumpkin. Nice. Yeah, this weekend, like I said, it's probably going to be a bit more low-key. I think I'm going to go up and see a buddy do some karting, check out the track. There's another track close to me that's a bit more like of like a members kind of track, or just in general a more private track that I want to go check out and stuff, but don't think I'll be doing any like racing. I'll just be up there to kind of see what's up with it. So give my back a bit of a break. Yeah, going a few times and going pretty hard each time this week was more than it really was happy with. Left the milk out for the past week, but you haven't opened it until today, so it's still new. It's probably fine. I don't know. I feel like milk just doesn't like temperature changes, even if it's sealed. I'm always paranoid about that kind of thing. I was trying to get a script to Netflix, and they kept declining it for 10 years. That's why Squid Game didn't come out until recently. Yeah, I saw that. Like it wasn't just to Netflix. It was like he tried passing it around a bunch of places, and everyone was just kind of like, nah, just kept passing on it. Yo, Sayaka, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Just visiting home for the week and working from there. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I have some trips planned for the next year that I need to see. I'll have to talk with work and see if I can do some work while I'm there. Because I would prefer to get a little bit of extra time, even if it means like working, during the day or something, or during the evening, just to not use vacation days. Can't relate to anything. You're saying you don't have anything but Tubi, which is around for a pretty long time. Able to watch, like your BF to watch Tubi and ditch Netflix. There you go. I get that. Hope the karting goes well. Always sounds like fun. Yeah. This weekend should be pretty nice. I'm going up to just kind of see what it's like at a bit more serious of a track. Like I said, I probably won't do any driving. I feel like for the kind of karts, I'd want a bit more safety gear than than what I have for rental karts. Because like I show up for rental karts in like track pants and like a t-shirt, and it's like I might want a bit more. In these, so it's mostly just gonna see if like it's even an atmosphere I want to try it in and stuff. Wildcrats, best show ever. Oh, it seems the older you get, the more crap kids shows get. Started with Cyber Chase. Is this like the stuff that was bad? I enjoyed Cyber Chase, especially for it being like a PBS show, right? Like, because like public broadcasting was like a different thing, right? Like, it wasn't expected to be anywhere near the quality of like, it wasn't expected to be near like the production value of anything that was on Nick or Cartoon Network or Disney. It was just it was meant to be like, here's cartoons that are free to the public. Generally they're funded because they're educational, right? Like that's kind of what they were. And you got some amazing stuff out of it. I loved Between the Lions as a kid, and Zaboomafu. Cyber Chase was amazing. Okay, good. That's amazing. Ace 5th grade. Hey, there you go. Disagree with the cartoon one? Ah, okay, specifically for the Wildcat stuff. Gonna be right back. Alright, see you in a bit, gamers. Rip the old background 2016, whatever episode he got the new one. Cause of death, fire. Oh, the Scott videos? I think that was just him moving. I think he just gave a like canon reason for him to move to his apartment. Because that would have been around the time that he moved out. Because like originally he was filming like his parents' house, like in his bedroom, and then, he moved. He got his own place. I will say I don't like judge the like quality of the content of kids shows or say like, oh, it's nothing like what I watched, because like as far as like the actual writing and stuff, it's for a different generation. I understand that. It's like it's not geared towards me anymore, obviously, and like I can see how different the generations are, even just like kids like 10 years younger than me. Not even necessarily going all the way down to like kids who would be watching like, educational cartoons like that and stuff. But because like it's different. The one thing I will say is it upsets me a lot seeing the like quality of the animation and the effort put into the animation drop. I mean, it saved some shows. I understand that. Like, as far as like some shows wouldn't have the funding to get fully hand-drawn episodes for full seasons anymore. You know, and would be completely out of there if like Flash animation wasn't so incredibly cheap to do on a computer now. But, or just like in general, digital animation makes it so easy. But it's just a little weird to see some of the shows like Arthur. Arthur's still going, or at least it was until very recently. I don't know if it is still going, but as of like 2018, they still had new episodes, and it looks so cheap now. Because it is. It probably costs them pennies on the dollar compared to what it used to be. Since now, basically, they don't have to hand animate every frame. They have, like, pre-drawn, you know, forearms and, you know, like, full arms are all drawn, and they just animate the joints in 2D, and they can probably pump out an episode in, like, 2 days. Right? Like, they kind of got to a point where I feel like the longest part of their process is the voice acting. Right? Thought Arthur got canceled. If it did, it was very recently. Like I said, I saw like new seasons when I was working at my internship in 2018, and part of our test content was like new seasons of Arthur. That was what our like test show was for like kids content on the platforms we were doing tests for. And when we needed to watch like a series of kids shows. Basically, like, a couple of our test cases were like, let an episode autoplay of a kids show in this language. So Arthur was, like, the one show that we had episodes that could just play together in the same season, and then, like, multiple seasons to actually have autoplay carry through to a new season, because it was, like, test cases. So Arthur, a different platform we had used one of the newer Ben 10 shows. That one actually seemed okay. But yeah, like, Arthur was very cheaply animated. And again, I think it's just because the public broadcast, the PBS funding probably isn't what it used to be. Or probably is kind of what it used to be. It's just now they can continue to justify making those shows. Actually, didn't get canceled. It's just ending. Okay. Yeah, like, it makes sense. It's super old. And again, it's very, very cheaply made. And I would honestly say that the old animation, outside of maybe the resolution, just the you know, like, quality of the, like, the actual resolution of the show doesn't hold up as much, but, like, the actual animation looks better, just because it's actually hand animated. And I honestly, with kids shows like that, like, it's not like you continuously have the same audience. It was a show that was airing when I was the age that it should be, like, that it was targeted at. I don't watch it anymore. There's no need to make new episodes. You know, the most they really needed to do, the most they really need are the episodes to be, like, in a quality that is still airable on modern television, in terms of, like, resolution, and they can just play the same episodes from the past, like, 28 years or something, however many seasons of Arthur there are. They can just use those same episodes constantly. There is no need to make a new episode of that show. You know, just from the pure perspective of, you could run every single episode in that show all the way through, and the only people who could call you on reruns are the parents of the kids watching it now, right? Like, so yeah, it doesn't make sense to like continuously make a show like that. Just because it's intended to teach a lesson each episode. You can only teach so many lessons. We're watching Arthur every day, and then one day they played the episode, Mr. Rapper got married. Yeah. Yeah, I remember learning that. The new Ben 10 sucks? I don't know which one it was. I know there's been several, and again, this is like 2018, so I don't know. Maybe it was a different one. It was basically, from my perspective, oh, this like isn't bad, you know, as far as like, I can stand to have this play as like my autoplay show. Yeah, there's no need to like hide that. There's no need to say, oh, wait until they're older to tell them. That's like, if anything, just treat it like it's not a big deal, because it's not, right? Like, people are who they are, and it shouldn't be this thing that like, oh, this kind of person, don't tell the kids, they'll be weird for the kids until they're older. No, just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, I did since we were a kid. If I remember, there was wasn't that a fairly recent thing? I don't know. Because I don't remember that, but I also feel like as a kid, it would have just been whatever if it happened then, right? Like, I don't know when, yeah, when would like that have been, the like whole Mr. Rapper thing getting married have been a thing on the show? Like what time, like what year would that have like aired? Because like, I don't remember that, but again, like I said, like it wouldn't have been a big deal. It would have just been an episode. Honestly, I'll be real. Outside of some like specific episodes of Arthur, I just kind of glazed over that show. Like as a kid, it was like it was there, it was on, it was interesting. Probably, oh, that's fine. See, like that's the thing is, it's either it was that or it is a much more recent episode. Because to be fair, I would have been watching this show I would have been watching Arthur in like the very late 90s and like the very early 2000s. So like it probably still would have stirred a controversy. Let's be honest, it still would in some groups now to have it in there, but like it would have stirred a controversy back then to like do that in like a PBS show. So it's one of those things I don't think it happened while I would have been following the Arthur, canon. That's the guy walking while you're on your bike and you said, hey, you're too shy to say, hey, Max, you looked up and smiled. Hey, that works. That works. It's better than the times. I've had so many times where I'm just... I imagine I'm not the only one. I'm not even going to say, has anyone else? I'm going to say, you guys know the times when like you're totally not expecting someone to say something to you and your brain's fully not in the mode to communicate with anyone, and then it just like you short circuit when someone says hey or like what's up, and you're just like, what do I do? Or even just like things happen like there's like certain conversations that you've had like thousands of times with people, so you just autopilot through them, and then you realize like as you're responding to like the script, they went off script, and now your response makes no sense and you just cannot correct. A lot of shows did. Yeah, I think it would depend on the time, because I think a lot of shows started kind of adding it once it was like acceptable to add it. Like basically once it was kind of like not going to get their show canceled, they started like kind of adding that stuff in, which I think makes sense. I think it makes sense to do that, right? Like the more you just kind of make that kind of representation in a show normal, especially in like kids shows, the more kids just like don't think of it as anything other than just normal, right? Partnership anyways, you marry various and more spent for everybody, basically, yeah. But his sister was going to be married, so they got chocolate for some reason. Found out at the wedding that it was the candy store owner he was marrying. Yeah, this definitely feels like something that just wasn't part of the show when I was watching. Which again, the time I was watching, I would be shocked if it was part of it then. Let's actually check this out. I'm gonna figure this out. When did this happen? Okay. Yeah. Season 22. This literally happened, like, 2-3 years ago. Yeah, that's why no one in this chat would have really known or have been an episode. Because yeah, okay. Manny from Electronics Oklahoma. That's sad. That's sad. Because you're still growing up. Yeah, and honestly, even when you are an adult, you're still growing. That's just how it be. Before that episode, did the short where Bus was talking to families or something, and there was one with 2 moms. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think, like, if anything, it's important for kids shows to mention it. That's the point that you have to kind of, like, show that it's a thing, right? Like, when kids are still establishing what their mental image of certain, like, forms of relationships are, like, giving them all the, like, forms of it, like, all the, like, valid forms of it, like, yeah. Stop watching Arthur before that episode came out. Yeah, like I said, like, honestly, everyone in chat would, if you were in chat, now, and you were, like, the target age for Arthur when that episode came out, you are not the target age for this. You were not able to have a YouTube account. That's, that's the kind of difference here, right? You're like 11 or something. I mean, I was like already, what, like 22, 23? But yeah, clearly out of the age range for this show. Because yeah, you mentioned it's like, I've heard this, but it's like, it's not like something I remember seeing the episode of. Yeah. Do an age reveal on your birthday. Alright, so guys, I think it's probably about time we go ahead and get this started. If we go ahead and... Do we want to do the 3D printing today? I assume we do. I'm going to go ahead and start getting some stuff open for it. If people decide nah, I'll be surprised, but I'll be okay. I remember Arthur pushing DW. People like conspiracy that he actually punched her. One of the episodes I remember was like an episode about biking. Like, it was either Buster or like the Brain got a bike that had gears on it, and like the whole episode was them learning how to use it, like to ride on like in like a race. Like that's what I remember. That's what I remember of Arthur. Hey, Gio, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. The biking one? Yeah, the biking one. Alright, let's open these. Why would you open them on top of each other? Okay, so I gotta figure out how to best orient for this. I am thinking... One second. Yeah, if I do that. Let's see how long this would take. Oh! Oh! We're looking at a 5-hour print. We can start it. Didn't watch it that much. You found it boring? Yeah, I mean, it was definitely one of the more, like, let's teach, like, a lesson in like, a normal everyday scenario kind of show, and that just wasn't my vibe as, like, a kid watching PBS. I was in it for Zaboomafoo and, like, yeah, like, Zaboomafoo and Between the Lions and, like, more tradition, like, I don't know, just more, like, outlandish kind of cartoon stuff. Just missed the Arthur talk. This hammer arm on Shy and Tintino. What does Shy do to get hammer armed? Man, I made you watch because you were a little snot. Alright, let's... This should be okay. You guys may be witnessing me fail a print here. In which case, oh well, we'll restart it. Cyber Chase, yeah, Cyber Chase was good. Cyber Chase was good. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna be getting the 3D print running. For anyone who wasn't here on Tuesday, we started 3D printing a shiny Duskull. Basically, the idea was we were gonna race the printer. Yeah, 1 second. Let's see if this comes out. Did I plug in the right thing? I did plug in the right thing. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's the printer. I just gotta get some things going on it. Yeah, I was trying to have it set up so we could just like, I didn't have to run the cable across the floor to it, but I found out that's actually the best way to do it. Does anyone remember Word Girl? Word Girl was too late for me. I remember that being a thing. I remember my sister watching it. That wasn't really a thing for me. A line of the My Little Pony movies? What was the line? Just like you wouldn't watch that? Alright. Did I turn on the printer? I did, but I forgot I unplugged it earlier for some work I was doing on it. I was like, there's no noise. Alright. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now let's get the other filament out. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna use this. So it's gonna be really bright. It's not gonna quite be the right color. Oh, is it Crab Rave? I can't hear it. If it's Crab Rave, guys, you guys know what to do in chat. You guys know what to do in chat. I trust you. 23 and grew up with that stuff. Yeah, I didn't see Word Girl. That wasn't me. But yeah, that was like my younger sister. I'm gonna load this up. There we go. Take this white filament off. Now that I have my fancy little clips, I can clip it on. There we go. Yeah. Other way. I gotta cut it at a different angle. There are my cutters. So now we just gotta get this loaded up. It's now only encountered 207 Duskull. That's a lot of Duskull. Alright, so now we are racing the printer. The printer should be printing like Duskull's eye and Duskull's body all in one go now. We'll see though. We'll see. Did you voice SpongeBob did a character in World Goal? I'm not super surprised. He's done a lot of stuff. Ranging from, yeah, like a lot of children's things all the way through like some pretty adult comedies. But yeah, so we've got the printer running. It is what the little camera down there is. It's heating up now. We'll see how this goes. So I'm trying to do it so it saves a little bit of material and takes a little bit less time, which unfortunately is a risk in that sometimes it takes more time because it goofs up and I have to restart it. We should know within the first like couple layers that that's going to be a problem though. I got it tuned today for some stuff, so it should be okay. We'll see though. We'll see. Had this hunt going for a year with Charm. You tell me how many you think you encountered by now. I'm gonna say at least 6. At least 6. At least 6 Pokemon. I guess I do kind of have the question to you guys. Because I know in general, most of you guys are a little bit younger than me, for the most part, I think. Probably more around like my sister's age. It's like 3-4 years younger than me. Do you guys remember Steve from Blue's Clues? Like, obviously, yeah, Steve from Blue's Clues just did all the Twitter stuff. Do you guys remember him on the show, or do you just know of him from the show? Like, for you, if you did watch Blue's Clues, because I know that was like a Nickelodeon thing, did you know Steve as the main host, or did you know Joe? Because like my sister knows Joe as the host. Barely younger than me. I mean, again, but still, like, at that point in time, when we're talking kids stuff, you know, a 3 or 4 year age gap is like double the amount of time you've been alive. Like, a lot of difference happens in that perception at that point. Also, fortunately, I believe that's support material, so it being white still is okay. Yo, Kevin, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Are you okay? Because that guess was off by 4,000. I said at least. I said at least. The only way I was wrong if you did 1 through 5. I think I'm perfectly fine. Alright, I'm going to be really closely monitoring this, because basically what can happen on this first layer is there's a chance it's just not really printing it, and it's just like kind of like squirting out the plastic and moving around. Like, it'd be like having the 3D pen and just never attaching it to a surface and just like having it squirt out in like a string. But it looks solid. It looks very solid, actually. I'm surprised. Oh, and that is support material. Yes! Which is really good, because any of the the weird marbling and the white plastic that we just pulled out that was left over will come out in the support material. It won't be part of the actual Duskull. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Yeah. Dude, I watched so much Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues was my jam as a kid. Nothing much. You've officially hunted and obtained all shiny Ultra Beasts. Nice! So now you're playing through Moon to hunt for another type. Null, Aerodactyl, and Porygon. That's awesome, dude. Best of luck with those hunts. How about me? I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, just 1 second. I'm double checking. Alright, everything looks good. It might be on layer 2, and if it's on layer 2, without layer 1 having any issues, I feel pretty comfortable with it. Nice, nice. Man, nah, Blue's Clues is great. The episode I remember the most was the space episode where at the end they made like the water tornado, like with the 2-liter bottles. I remember asking my mom to like get two liters of soda just because I wanted to do that with the bottles. I didn't care about the actual soda, or like I was just excited after a party to do it one time. I haven't been able to find Ghastly since Tuesday's stream. Now you're gonna have to stick with Duskull. I don't know where Ghastly is. I don't remember where Ghastly is in this map or in this game. I don't think it's out here. Also, we're getting a lot fewer Duskulls, I feel. Is having an Alakazam by the water trial too OP? Nah. Nah. Yeah, but Blue's Clues, I had like 6 or 7 hours of Blue's Clues on VHS tape, just like ripped from cable. What's up, Shy? What's up? Had those SpongeBob collection DVDs. I never had SpongeBob DVDs. I didn't have like anything from like Nickelodeon. The only thing I had was Blue's Clues stuff. And also Shy, what's up, man? you say my name and then put a question mark and that's it. I'm very confused. What's up? Current team is Dartrix, Magnemite, Slowpoke, Alakazam, and Zubat. Nice. Nice. Totally not OP. Didn't say my name, you said Ian. You say Lan. What kind of DVDs and VHS tapes did I have? Like I said, I had 6 hours of Blue's Clues on VHS. Mostly we had movies, or like movies and stuff. Even if it was like kids movies and things, like direct-to-VHS stuff, we had that, but like... At least those are the ones I was aware of. Those are the ones I wanted to watch. A lot of like Thomas the Tank Engine stuff, or one I remember I had, and then like one of the kind of like the video essay nostalgia channels talked about it for a bit, and I remembered I had it, and I was like, oh yes, I remember that. Was that like Buzz Lightyear animated show that they made like an animated movie out of the first few episodes? I had that, and I loved watching that. Stefano, welcome to the stream. Just got a shiny Houndour and Pokemon Crystal Clear. Nice. Congratulations. Gotta go. All right. See you later, Mayu. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Get some rest. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope to see you again soon. Usually find Ghastly at the tower or Giant Seep. We haven't been able to find any. Is Ghastly based on weather? Like, does Ghastly spawn differently based on weather? Because that has a big effect on it. A lot of wild area spawns are weather dependent. There are some Pokemon that spawn in every weather, but a lot of times Pokemon only spawn in 1 or 2 different types of weather. So something like Duskull, I believe, is found at this tower under every single like weather condition. But if like Ghastly is found here, it's only found here during certain weather conditions. So you either have to plan your hunt around that or change your like switch's date, like system date, to trick the game into thinking it's a day that has that weather. You're super lucky, and Zubat was jolly. It caught him in a luxury ball to boost happiness right off the bat. You'll be a beast soon. Nice. You're bored? Why are you bored, Shy? Is the stream not entertaining enough? Come on. I guess I gotta step it up. Why not? I was like, I'll get away from you on my bike! And then I just didn't move. Alright, so we have to run. We don't have anything to attack with here. We're going to go ahead and fly back to the Pokemon Center real quick. And heal. Yay! What's going on, Sudden? Welcome to the stream, man. I like the new avatar. The Beat Saber videos have been cool, dude. Also, thank you everyone for the likes on the stream. I realize we've hit 15 likes already. That's super, super awesome. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see if I can actually get into the building. Yeah, I really, really appreciate that, guys. Means a lot. I just don't know what you want to do. Fair. I barely grew up with the VHS. We remember them very well. Yeah, we had VHS players for a while when I was a kid. It was a mistake because I kept breaking them, but but yeah, that was the technology of the time. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I had a lot of VHS tapes, and when my sister was a kid, we had a lot of DVDs. So we were like right on that transition, you know? Which is always the thing that it's not really always a thing, but it's the thing I thought about recently of like, will it, like, because I know for me, like, I don't know if this is a thing that like everyone experiences or if it's just like I happen to be like right at a point where this happened, where like a lot of brands appeared and disappeared during my childhood. Like there's a very clear like if you like think of the technology that was around where I was in like preschool and elementary school and compare it to the technology that was out by the time I like got into high school, everything was different. Smartphones started existing, TVs stopped being CRTs, we'd gone from like VHS to Blu-ray. Like it feels like there was a massive swing in technology in that time. And while obviously technology has continued to progress since then, an iPhone still exists in like in the same amount of time, like in more than that amount of time, honestly. Like iPhones still exist, iPads still exist, TVs are still flat, they're just bigger, right? Like they're all the same brands too. Like the brands all changed like in that time, and then like I feel like it's been the same brands since, you know? Like look at game consoles, you know, we went from like Sega even being a player to they're not a player. The Xbox came out, you know, Microsoft entered the picture with consoles and everything. Like it feels like there hasn't been a shift on that level since like the early 2000s. Tear up the tapes. Oh, I destroyed the VCRs. The tapes were fine. The VCRs just had a slot in them, conveniently the size of my lunch. So many VCRs were killed with coins and sandwiches in them, as well as car cassette players. Many suffered the same fate. Jenga VHS tape towers. Yeah, we didn't have that. One of your first TVs was one of those fat TVs. I believe it was a CRT. If it was a big, if you're talking like it was very deep, yes, CRT. Yeah. When we were young, you would get all the VHS tapes and line them up across the house like dominoes. It's weird thinking about how lots of people don't know what a VCR is or how to use it. I had a working one up until 5 years ago. At this point, VCRs that are still around, I feel, are only used from the perspective of, oh shoot, we need to get these like home video, like these family home videos that were shot on camcorders. We need to get them off of the VHS tape and onto like a hard drive. Just trying to keep your mind off stuff. Your cousin's possibly staying over tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that news. I'm sorry to hear that news, man. Yeah, hopefully, I'm wishing them well, wishing that family well. Hopefully everything ends up being okay for them. But yeah, no, it's very strange thinking about how much it's like the difference of, just from the perspective of the difference of like 5 years between like me and my younger sister is like VHS to DVD. Like there's physical media changes, and like so all the devices are suddenly different. Like there's obviously still some things that are the same. Maybe, and like I'm trying to figure out, is it just because like Is it just because I was like at the point of seeing that change, and now like that I'm older, I don't recognize that, like the changes don't seem as big, but they are big for like kids who are that age? Is that the case, or is it like just genuinely? It's like I feel like a kid, you know, who's like 10 and a kid who's 5 right now, like both of them grew up with an iPad or a tablet of some kind, right? Like I feel like that's just the thing, you know. So it's like, it feels like it's not the same as like I had VHS tapes, my sister had DVDs, or you know, I had, you know, like, or she had like a VTech thing, and like I didn't really see video game consoles until like I had my Game Boy and stuff. Like it just seems like the technology evolved very rapidly, and now it's just like same technology, like same interface and same technology, just thinner and better, right? No, they still make VHS players. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I imagine they still do. Again, just from the perspective of legacy, like the tapes exist, and there's a small but existent demand for. I want to move my stuff off of VHS. I don't think it's a big market. I don't think there are many made. But like magnetic tape drives are still a thing. They're just usually not a VHS tape. It's like IBM tape drives and stuff. Like like data servers and stuff still have like very, very long-term backups on tape drives. Hey, Shadow Wolf does things. Welcome to the stream. Some of extras or rude codes. I don't have any. It's all good, man. I remember the first TV you played games on was a big blocky TV, and the first game you played was Guitar Hero. Nice. CRT TVs have a demand still. There is a demand for CRT TVs out there. You know, there are people who still want those. You know, because games back in the day were made to look good on CRTs, and they look horrible on LCD screens. Or, you know, you got the people who really are into, like, playing Melee, and you want that CRT for the refresh rate, and, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of people who, like, have very good reasons for wanting CRTs, so they exist. But, man, are they a pain to move. Your codes yesterday. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Some companies still make record players, so I don't see why some wouldn't make VCRs. That's a very fair point. I think, like, vinyl has definitely come back. I don't know. I don't think we'll see VHS come back. I don't think that'll have quite the same, like, nostalgic, like, bring back to it. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe. I mean, Polaroids are a thing. Vinyl's a thing. But I feel like that's kind of like we went back to what was the last analog thing. And so that's a little bit different than going back to what was the first digital thing. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Only time will tell on that. You know, the nostalgia will exist. There'll be people my age who are like, oh man, I really want to experience, you know, the late 90s and early 2000s again. Give me my VCR, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Personally, I don't see the appeal of that. I think, like, I understand, like, to an extent, the appeal of, like, vinyl or something. Granted, I don't have, like, a record player or anything like that, so it's like, I understand the appeal, but it doesn't appeal to me. You know, like, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see the like, because, like, I can see to an extent the aesthetic of, like, a record player, right? Like, it has a certain aesthetic to it. I don't think people are going for that part of the 90s aesthetic. The home decor and, like, home entertainment, like, design of the 90s, I don't believe is part of the is part of the 90s nostalgia. The content and the fashion can be, but I don't think you know, I don't think people are going to be really clamoring for, like, 90s styled furniture anytime soon. That free shiny cell would be nice, dude. Hey, what's going on, Juan? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Shiny Duskull on the printer. How you doing, Juan? Hope your day's been going well. Hope the past few days have been good for you. Got anything exciting planned for the weekend? But yeah, we had our our CRT TV for a while. We had like one that we got, and then my uncle had one that we ended up with that was technically HD. It was technically HD. I will have you guys guess what I mean by the resolution. Guess the resolution when I say it was technically HD. Because it was an HD TV. When we were given it, it was a 32-inch HD TV. And 32 was a very big TV back then. Or it might have been 36. It might have even been 36. Again, very big back then. Especially considering how deep it was. There's things from the 90s that are nostalgic to you. I didn't grow up in the 90s. I mean, I get it. I get that. It might not be like nostalgia necessarily, but just like it's got like a certain feel to it. 72480, don't know. It was 540, I believe 540i, not 540p, 540i, 4:3 aspect ratio. But when you were playing anything, when you had any like cable boxes hooked up to it, or you had any, if you had like a cable box hooked up to it, or you had like a game system hooked up to it, it recognized that it was HD. It could play at the resolution, but it wouldn't play at a 4:3 aspect ratio. So when I would play games like Halo, or I would play, really, yeah, if I played like Halo, or I played any kind of like game, or like watched a show, so much of the content got cut off because it wouldn't letterbox. It would just overscan. It would just way overscan. So like radars and Halo, just I only had half of. I was blind. My radar was completely blind to my right, basically. Spirit Fair for the weekend? Gotcha. Mom was a 90s kid. Since she had you, she was so young and so close in age. You're kind of a 90s kid in a way, too. She just shared it all with you. That's nice. That's nice to have that kind of like relationship. Yeah, I'm in the age range of people like say they're a 90s kid and then like get bashed because it's like, oh, you're only like 3 or 4. It's like, that's fair. Like, my memories from the 90s are like the same memories I would have had any other year being a preschooler, right? Like I feel like until you're like 4 or 5, you're not really forming like memories that like in a way that are specific to the time, outside of like the TV that I watched kids cartoons on was of the form factor of a certain era. Like, really, that's about it, you know? Born 85 and you're born in 03. Gotcha. I'm gonna upload 2 Beat Saber videos. Missed yesterday, so you make up by doing 2. Alright, cool. I will say, you're making me want to play Beat Saber again, man. I've got plenty of space. I still have to get the Oculus hooked up. Duskull's the scariest little ghost you've ever seen. Trying to be nice and Duskull is trying to spook us. True. Duskull is slowly being summoned behind me. Beat Saber's fun, man. Heck yeah. Gonna be getting the Skrillex music pack soon. Nice. Remember old YouTube? I used to watch people play with toys or Super Smash Bros. Or Smash Brawl animations. Yeah, old YouTube was a whole different beast compared to now. Yeah, anyone on YouTube back in the day was solely on YouTube because they wanted to upload videos and be creative and like make jokes or show stuff off. Like, it was a whole different ballpark back then. Heck, I feel like half the content uploaded to YouTube back then, and honestly a lot of it now, but it just algorithms bury it immediately. But like a lot of the videos that were like put up on YouTube back in the day weren't really intended to be like out there to share with like the world. It was just YouTube was a convenient way to be like, hey, I want to show something to like my friend or sibling who like is in college, in like a different college, or just like lives somewhere else, and you could like upload a video and they could watch it. Like Vlog Brothers, that's part of what Vlog Brothers did. Or Bo Burnham uploaded his first video, like his first song onto the platform, because he had written a stupid little song he wanted to like show his older brother who had already got off to college, and Bo, you know, was like 16 and like still at home. And like and just because it was on YouTube, it got found and it went viral, and just, you know, like that was what the platform was back then. People didn't really know what it was. Now it's like, you know, companies like are like investing in like creators, or like, you know, people are coming on and the first thing they're doing is like getting thousands of dollars in equipment just like for the platform. It's crazy how different it is, how different like the culture surrounding it is now. Like one thing, this is something that it blew me away when I watched this like happen in front of me. So I went to Best Buy the other day, and like I've just been kind of stopping in there every once in a while just to kind of see like if they have stuff. Like I stopped in today to see if they had any of the OLED switches, because I kind of forgot they released. They did not. I'm not surprised, but you know, I'll stop in occasionally, see like, you know, do they have any lights that I want, like that I've been looking at getting, or do they have any like stream equipment that I might like consider getting? You know, because anything Elgato is just going to be kind of the same price anywhere without me having to like drive super far to like a more like actually tech focused store or wait for a delivery. So I stopped in there and went over to like the Elgato section, and like this kind of blew my mind. And it's like, I'm not trying to like bash anyone here. It just was very alien to me seeing this like kind of play out. But there was a family who was like talking with a Best Buy associate, and they were buying like Elgato gear. They were buying like stream gear. I was like, okay, you know, it was like a mom, a dad, and like the son, who was, I would guess like maybe like between like 11 and 13, maybe. I don't know, on the younger side for sure. And like that's not necessarily weird. I mean, like, hey, it's like the kid's birthday, let's get him some like stuff he wants to do or whatever. But like, what blew my mind is like, this part as well is like, the conversation was almost fully the mom and the Best Buy employee, which again, fair. It is their money. They're the ones who should be asking the questions. You know, if it was my family and like I was asking for stuff, my parents would be trying to clarify with the employee what's up, what is this? Is this actually a good deal? Did what my sons say make sense? you know, like that makes sense, right? Forget the OLED was released, not right. I totally forgot until I saw someone post about it online. Like, oh yeah, I couldn't get the OLED today. I was like, oh yeah, that came out. But yeah, so this just blew my mind. Like that's happening, and again, that's not weird. And it's like, you know, kind of asking like, oh well, but what started to seem weird is the kid had headphones on and was fully focused on his phone. No interest at all paid, like no interest at all being paid to like the stuff that like from the conversation is clearly being purchased for him, because you know the mom doesn't quite know what's going on and the dad's just kind of there also listening, like not like saying yeah like for this or anything. Like both the parents are just basically going like, we're getting our kids stream stuff. What stream stuff do we need for him? Like, what does he need? Right? Like, and again, like maybe that's the thing, right? Where it was like, oh yeah, we're, you know, like the same thing as like a parent buying a video game console for a kid because the kids wanted it for forever, and you know, like, all right, well, what exactly do we need for this, right? Like that makes sense. That makes sense. That's what salespeople are there for, is to kind of be a little bit more knowledgeable on stuff and be able to say like, well, if you get this thing, you're probably gonna, like, if you get a camera, you're probably gonna want like a mount, or like you get like a microphone like this, you're gonna need a stand, you know, stuff like that, right? It makes sense for those questions to be asked, but I know that if it had been my family in that situation getting me stuff, I would have had to have been asking for it for a long time to get anything like Elgato gear like that, especially the amount of gear that I saw them talking about having had and were getting. Right, like So I would have been invested in this. I'd have been very, very invested. It would have been my money. It would have been my money too, right? Like, unless it was a birthday present. In which case I wouldn't have been there. But it was so strange to me that, like, the parents seemed more interested in getting their kid the streaming gear than the kid was. That was what was weird to me. I'm like, it just blew my mind and, like, was very confusing to me. Like, this idea is like, I remember the times that, like, I saved up $20 and was gonna get a video game, and I was so excited. I was so excited to go to the used game section at GameStop and pick something out. Hey, what's going on, Mel? Welcome to the stream. What's printing? We're printing a shiny Duskull. On the stream on Tuesday, we printed the, like, face for Duskull, so we're printing the rest of it now. Hey, John, welcome to the stream as well. You still have Annoying Orange and Charlie the Unicorn for some reason? Charlie the Unicorn is a classic. Llamas with Hats was, like, the same people, also, like, a classic. Those are very much old YouTube. Annoying Oranges as well. Original Annoying Oranges as well. Yeah, Shiny Racing the printer for Shiny Duskull. Yeah! Yeah, and also, yeah, Mel, this is what I printed, like, Wednesday and a little bit of yesterday. It was intended just to be done between streams, and then I was going to pick up the Duskull. I printed a full Cubone skull. Hey, Aman, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Put 5.5 hours in the Car Mechanic Simulator, and you got Pokemon Gold Virtual Console last night for your 2DS. Nice! Put it on Adele. She does not like it, and it does not quite fit. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if she was very compliant, it would, because it's, like, it would go on, like, at a weird angle. Basically, like, in the back here, it's, like, that's, like, enough for her neck, but, like, trying to get her head in there like that. Can you tell I may have tried, but I wasn't going to force it. I wasn't going to force it on the cat. It's cat size, but I was not going to make the cat do it. But yeah, no, the skull thing came out awesome. It took like 28 hours to print, I think. So yeah, 3D printing's still slow, especially like on the default settings. If you figure out like where your printer can move faster, like you can speed it up. But yeah, it just printed like this for like over a day. But yeah, I hope you slept well, Mel. Hope all is good for you. Love explaining shiny hunting to people. It makes you feel like you waste your time. Are we back? Hey, I think we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I think we're good now. I think we're good. Sorry about that lag. I don't know what happened there. We disconnected, but I think we're okay now. At least we'll see Pika if it comes time. True. We're just waiting on that. We're waiting on that right now. Why you leave? I don't know. Ask my internet. I don't know what caused that. Because, like, the music kept playing. The music would be something I would have thought would have cut out as well. But yeah, no, the music's still good. I don't know what happened there. You're confused for a bit. Yeah, no, that was, sometimes that happens. The stream will just kind of, like, cut like that. But we're all good. We're still going. So how's this looking? Alright, everything's looking good so far. I want to make sure something happened. I thought it was on your side. Usually it has been. Usually any like time anyone's had lag on the stream recently, it's been like viewer side, right? Like it's been a single viewer having issues, but this time there was an actual like thing where my frames completely dropped out. OBS disconnected, gave me like the disconnecting and reconnecting sounds. Think you're gonna do crystallize and exit the Earth's atmosphere for tonight's upload? Do it. Do it. It's the apartment era again? Oh god, no. I hope not. I really hope not. Of course, it happened perfectly the same as the apartment era too, though. You can see on my stream like in my analytics on the stream, the concurrence started to go up and up and up. We got momentum. Stream dies. Rip. The nostalgia. The first emote we loaded on stream. The rip internet emote. It's just part of the. It's just part of the. It's part of the stream history at this point. Hard songs are the fun songs. Absolutely. High BPM, high note count. As long as the map's done right and it flows well, I love the fast-paced songs. Like, really, my favorite songs are the ones that like look hard when you watch them, but when you do them, you just go, "Oh, this is natural," right? Like, you know, where a lot of the stuff's, you know, down, up, you know, or like flows in a good cycle, you know. Had a fun history, yeah. I've had 4 years of stream stuff to meme. But yeah, I absolutely love like finding like high energy, high BPM songs. As long as it isn't spin eternally. Just yeah, as long as the pattern doesn't like continue endlessly. As long as there's like a break in the pattern and a change, it's fine. Because once the pattern goes on too long, you start to fall out of rhythm with it, and it's over. Remember the beginning when almost half the chat was in Spanish? Spanish and Portuguese, yeah, I remember that. It was great having Brad in as a mod then, because Brad was the one who who knew the most Spanish out of anyone in chat. And yeah, I feel like a lot of times like people would come in and be like, "Oh, he doesn't know Spanish and is gonna we're gonna swear and say potty words in chat. We're gonna try to get him to say them." And like for one, I just didn't say any of it, and they're kind of like, "Ah," and then they would just say it anyways, and like Brad, you just see Brad time him out. I remember the first stream you were in was for Brawler. Yeah, like the early capture card days. Good times, good times. It's poorly mapped. Ah, yeah. Young man Ian, that was that era. I'm not that much older. I was like 20, 21 then. I'd have been 20 then. I'm like 24 now. That's not that much older. More matured. I appreciate that, assuming you don't mean I'm just looking old. Alright, I'm looking at Okay. So I wanted to make sure it didn't, like, that there wasn't some, like, doomed layer in this print. Double checking where the supports and stuff are. Brain doesn't stop developing until age 25. Alright. Well, that means there's still hope for me. There's still hope for me to actually get smart. It's not all over yet. Man, it is very crazy looking back at the streams from before. Like the differences and stuff, comparing them. Like comparing those first Trico streams to now. We've had some really good times on the stream. It's been fun. It's been very fun. And we got new games. We're less than 2 months away from brand new Pokemon games. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited for that. To see what that's like. So hyped for BDSP. Heck yes. Heck yes. And I'm really excited for like a couple weeks from now when I can finally know for certain whether or not I'm able to buy these games like midnight release, or if I'm gonna have to like digitally purchase them and just like pick up pre-orders the next day or something. I'm so hyped for it, man. Really looking forward to it. Frozen focus. I mean, I'm looking at like so I have the like 3D printing software open that shows like the file that's being printed right now, and I'm just like double checking that everything's okay. I'm just like kind of looking through it and being like, oh, is this gonna print okay? So I was just looking at it and seeing. Thoughts on Sora and Smash? I don't play Kingdom Hearts or Smash, so neutral on the whole thing. It's interesting. It's interesting they did it, and it makes sense as a final pick. I think I'm just in it more for the memes about people talking about, you know, Disney copyright strikes on everything Smash Bros. Now. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool seeing it in there. I know. I do like the joke of like I'm not angry that Sora's in Smash. I just don't want Kingdom Hearts fans to be happy. That was a funny one. But no, in general, I have no like serious thoughts on it in like one way or the other. It's to me it's just it's another sword character in a game I don't play. So for me, yeah, it's whatever. Why couldn't they have completed the meme of Waluigi not being in Smash? They could have completed the meme. But the meme is complete. Waluigi isn't in Smash. In general, for one, I think Waluigi's already an assist trophy, so I don't think it would make sense for Waluigi to be both an assist trophy and a playable character in the same game. So one, there's the serious, there's that from like logically looking at it perspective, just in terms of, you know, nothing else included, just like who's in the game, who's not, what's in the game, what's not. Then there's the other side of it, and this is a opinion I kind of agree with. People are talking of like they shouldn't put Waluigi in because of how toxic people got over Waluigi not being in it. So like it makes sense to just, even if he was planned, just not do him because it would seem like you caved in. That side of it. And in my opinion is we should have gotten Spyro as a final character so they could have spent the entire presentation before announcing the character memeing yellow and purple colors, and then show Spyro instead of Waluigi, because like everyone would have been freaking out that it was Waluigi from the purple and yellow, and then boom, nope, Spyro. You want to hear why every time you heard another character? But yeah, I mean, I definitely think there was a minority of people who like a very vocal minority that ruined people's who genuinely wanted Waluigi's in Smash, ruined their chance of having that happen. Because yeah, in my mind, after the way that some of the fans acted, just straight up should not have put Waluigi in Smash Ultimate, like they did not. You know, so to me, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Some people were idiots about it, yeah. And that's, unfortunately, you know, sometimes in a situation like that, especially where, like, the idiots are, like, trying to get something through very stupid means of doing so, there comes an unfortunate moment where it's like, there are people who genuinely want this, but you can't reward the idiots. Especially when, like, what the idiots are doing is, like, just unacceptable. You know, like what, death threats to people who worked on Smash, like death threats to Sakurai and stuff, and it's like, you can't do that. And like, in no world is there really a valid way to go, I was just memeing. It's like, no, like, there's a line where like even memeing about it stops being memeing and just starts being stupid, and they cross that line, and I think there's definitely need to be a hey. Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. Sorry about that drop again. Just happy Cinderace is in the final fighter. I don't know if I responded to that comment before the drop or not. Yeah, I don't think another Pokemon character would have made sense. It needed to be a big character. It needed to be a big character that was like a big unexpected collaboration. Doomguy would have been a good pick outside of what we talked about before, where it's like adding actual Doomguy in doesn't work. Just adding actual Doomguy into Smash doesn't work because like Doomslayer is, you can't tone down Doomslayer in like terms of the actual character, and like Doomslayer as he is would just be horrific to have in Smash from like graphical like violence, right? Like is extreme violence, all this stuff in the game would be too much for Smash to keep its current rating. That's why like making Doomslayer the Mii outfit makes sense, because like, hey, the Mii still has like the same moves but now looks like Doomslayer, right? Like that fits for Doomslayer, so that made a lot of sense to be one of the final Mii costumes. Like that's still a pretty big costume to announce. Other good options would have been like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. Any real solid Sony representation, like new Sony representation, would have been a big surprise. I would say maybe not on the exact same level as, but very close to the same level as Sora being announced. Let's see a Doomslayer Mii costume, absolutely. Have you seen some of the character kill counts? I mean, but you can make some of it super cartoony. You can't do that with Doomguy. Like, to have Doomguy properly represented, to have Doomslayer properly represented, you would have to re-rig so many violent death animations for every single character. Remember the hype over Sans being in Smash? Yeah. I wasn't even following Smash. I already am not following Smash closely. I was following even less closely then when that one got announced. Like when that outfit got announced. Would have fit perfectly with other Smash goes. The problem is just how absolutely like graphic Doomslayer's violence is in the newer games, especially the newer games. Glory kills, chainsaw kills, the number of the weapons that are just horrific, right? Like, you can get away with real weapons. They do that with Snake, but like, just not on the level of Doomslayer. Hey, welcome back, gamers. Welcome back. Alright, we're making good progress on the Duskull. How far is it? What percentage does it say? It says 21%. Granted, it is definitely doing a lot of the percentage on the front end. Usually, it's the other way around. Usually what will happen is like, so the way that percentages are calculated on these prints is per instruction. I think I mentioned this on Tuesday when it was printing, but like anytime it does like a curve, it uses a lot more of like the like percentage, because it's just reading the file size and how much of the file has like the printer read. A curve takes a lot more data than a very long straight line. So, like, all the curves you see on the pieces down there, like, are only there, and then the inside of this thing is just going to be a bunch of zigzag straight lines. Doomslayer was way too graphic to put in the game, absolutely. The Mii costume is the good balance for that. Wish the super armor from Fallout would be a Mii costume. That'd have been a good one, too. I think that one would be a little bit harder to make, like, I guess like as a costume it would work. Just because like that's armor that's not a specific character. That's just like armor of characters. But at the same time, if it's a Mii costume, that makes sense. That works. The shiny Duskull is being made. It is. The print was estimated at being 5 hours and 9 minutes long. There's a chance that it's just very off on that. But usually this estimate's pretty accurate. like I said, I'm guessing the percentage that it's printed so far is going to slow down a lot over the next little bit. Because like with how much it's printed now, it'd probably be done in like, with the percentage it's printed now and what it says, it would probably be done in like 2 hours. But the estimates on the software use are never that wrong. Vault Boy was a Mii costume, so there's no reason they couldn't have made Super Armor 2. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it couldn't be. It definitely could be. I just think it would have been iconic. It wouldn't have been as iconic as something like Doomslayer, where you're like making a singular character's costume, as opposed to just like armor from a game. Like it's very iconic armor, yes, but like there is one Doomslayer. You know, so we're talking like the difference between, for another video game franchise, it'd be like the difference between adding Master Chief armor or adding like a generic Space Marine from Halo, right? Like, yeah, they both work, they're both costumes, but like one has a little bit more to it, right? Got Gorilla Tag and started playing that recently. What does it feel like? Way longer than it really is. Like I played for 45 minutes, but it felt like 2 hours. Really? What kind of game is that? That sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen it. Is that one of those like Bennett Foddy games? Or am I'm thinking of another game, I think. At least doing on the Switch on like Fallout, so it wouldn't have made much sense. I mean, they've added characters that aren't on games on the Switch, right? Like, that wouldn't have been a first. Oh, it's via... Oh, okay. Okay, so different game then. Wish the Octoling hat came with the armor, too, so the set can be complete. That'd been cool. You move by slapping the ground. I can see how you would, like, get a workout out of that and be like, oh, man, I can't keep going. I can't keep going. Let's actually check in the Pokedex real quick and see how many we've encountered. Next time you play, you're gonna turn on a fan. I feel. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty accurate. True, most Mii costumes are on Nintendo Switch, and there's only a select few characters that are from games that aren't on Switch. Yeah. So it's not like, but that's basically the thing. Like, it's not unheard of. It's not impossible for like something not on Switch to end up in Smash. Trying to move by flailing your arms, and your arms felt like jello. It's crazy how much like it takes stopping to realize like how much you've pushed it. Which, in my opinion, is a sign of a really like good exercise. That like it wears you out and it works all the muscles without you thinking about it. Like for me, stuff like biking is kind of along those lines, or like, to an extent, karting is kind of like that, where it's like, I could be out on track, and like, it doesn't matter how much my like back's getting beat up, or my legs or my arms are just getting beat up doing stuff. It's like, I'm doing something I'm focused on, for like 5 minutes straight, just running laps in like a cart, and like, when I get out of it, everything's sore, and then I hop back in and I forget the soreness, right? Like, those are the exercises I like, where it's like, you forget that there's like consequences happening. You forget about the unfun parts of working out. Imagine if Red, Blue, Green, Giovanni got me costumes. That'd be cool. But yeah, officially everything for Smash has been announced. No more Smash Ultimate updates. We'll have to wait for a new Smash game, which who knows when that would happen, if ever. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is Smash. This is all she wrote. Smash is over now, guys. Skiing's very similar to that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's any kind of like physical activity that you enjoy. You know, like when you're working towards a goal, because like that's the thing, right? Like the human body needs to move. It was like designed and like evolved into a form that relies on like the necessity of moving, and then we removed that necessity. So like the body's just kind of like, oh, but like it was also designed to not want to overexert itself. It was like, oh, you don't need to do it, don't do it. So like we don't need to at this point. So like there's no desire inherently, for most people at least. Some people have the discipline and are able to like get to that habit where it's a desire to do it. But I know I'm not one of those people. In real talk, I'm not one of those people. So like, to me, it's like it takes wanting to do the activity regardless of if there are like physical activity benefits to it or not, you know? A lot of fun skiing that you get home and collapse on the bed. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, really, as long as you can find anything like that, that's like just the kind of good thing to have like for exercise, right? Personally don't think the power armor would make much sense, but after Cycle Hit, your arms were wobbly, goopy jelly, dang. Yeah, Cycle Hit's intense. Cycle Hit is very intense. Alright, we're almost done with Duskull's eye. We're actually getting very close on Duskull's eye. I'm impressed. Can't be as bad as Ghost. See, I can't remember Ghost. I know you played it and I watched it, and yeah, I mean, really any of those songs. Any of the songs in that set are, like, intense. They're insane. Yeah, once I get my Oculus set up, I'll have to get Beat Saber. I'll have to get all my mods for Beat Saber updated. Because I know Beat Saber has updated through, like, auto updates since I last played. And anytime there's a big update, there end up being some issues. So yeah, there's some things on my floor that I want to like get like put in place and stuff. Like I have plenty of space out here to do VR. If stuff wasn't on the floor, there's still stuff on the floor just because like. It took like a year to get everything into. It took like 2 years to get everything into that apartment, and then I had to move it all out in like a week. So like, it's gonna take more than a week to unpack it. Parappa the Rapper for Smash, yes. When I get Beat Saber because it seems fun, but you also really don't want to because you suck at rhythm games. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair concern to have because like I'd be like, oh, it's great, it's fun, but I love rhythm games. I love rhythm games, and like. If you enjoy rhythm games that are just bad, I say get it and just practice. But if it's one of those things where it's like, I'm bad at rhythm games, therefore I don't know if I will enjoy it, I totally get that. And I wouldn't say, like, spend your money if you aren't sure. And also, again, thank you to everyone who left a like on the stream. I really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, we already hit our usual like goal for the day, so if you're able to blow past that and even get to like 20 likes on the stream, that'd be awesome. How close are we on the eye? The eye is so close. You played Osu. Not only was it not fun, but you're also horrendous. Osu's a different kind of game, though. I would put Beat Saber more in line with if you enjoy Guitar Hero, you would enjoy Beat Saber. Or if you enjoy some like rhythm games on like phones and stuff. Osu's just a very different beast, and like you either love it or hate it. I'm not a fan of Osu, but I like other rhythm games. Guitar Hero is not your favorite. That is fair then. I would say, yeah, Beat Saber's probably not going to break you out of that shell. Maybe at some point if you finally get on a good deal on a sale, try it. But yeah, I wouldn't... if there are other VR games you are interested in, I would say, give those a shot before necessarily wasting money. You watched Venom the other night and it's great. Nice! Can you go home because your mom's going to be with your best friend's mom tomorrow night? Home another your cousin stay overnight because of the fact that they like to use your things, but they'll use there and just annoy you. The usual cousin things. It's been on your wish list for a while. It hasn't been on sale. Dang. I wonder why not. Either way, yeah. If it goes on sale and it goes to a price where you're okay with like just giving the game a shot, like for whatever the sale price is, I say pick it up then. But yeah, don't. If you don't like any kind of form of rhythm game, Beat Saber is still a rhythm game at the end of the day. I just like rhythm games, so for me, it's great. There's plenty of games on VR I haven't played because I just know I won't enjoy them. But like racing games and rhythm games, I'm down for. At least like games like Beat Saber. There's some rhythm games on there that I know are just terrible. Basically stuck at your aunt's, so you're hoping none of your cousins. Yeah. I could try it if you don't like it, you'll refund it before you get to 2 hours. That's fair. That can be a lot of hassle though, so I don't always necessarily like just recommend that like immediately. But yeah, I definitely enjoy it, but at the same time, I don't like rhythm games. Beat Saber is for everyone. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Same with any video game, right? Like, people who just don't like RPGs or JRPGs of any kind, not gonna like Pokemon, Or maybe it is like Pokemon. Like, for me, like, it's like what Pokemon is for me. I'm not generally a fan of RPGs. There are very few that have actually, like, held my attention enough for me to play them for any significant amount of time. And even fewer I have actually sat down and beaten. Pokemon is one of those. Like, Pokemon is the main RPG I play. Something about it just, like, strikes a certain way. So, yeah, there's a chance Beat Saber does that, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to be like that. It's definitely different from other... it's definitely a rhythm game that's different from other rhythm games, but I wouldn't just be like... Like, it's different from other rhythm games. It sets itself apart, mostly just because it's VR. But, yeah. At the end of the day, it is like a lane-based rhythm game. I play Subnautica, but you don't think you have the mental fortitude. Yeah, Subnautica is not my thing. My friends have played it, they've really enjoyed it. It just does not look like my kind of game. Love Beat Saber, you always have, since you played it for the first time on the Oculus at your school. There you go. Like, that'd be the best way. That'd be the best way to try it. Is if you could find, like, a headset somewhere that would let you play it. But, like, right now I feel like there aren't a lot of just, like, publicly available headsets. Only thing he liked was Friday Night Funkin', and he still never played it. It's just more fun to watch than the other ones. School's a Quest and Rift. That's nice. Yeah, I think the high school I went to and the one that I mentor at now, last 2 years ago, since like that would have been, pre-pandemic, I was over there and I noticed they had a Vive. They had an old HTC Vive, and like I was like, that'd be cool to get. And that was the day I bought my Rift. Computers with Minecraft Education Edition downloaded onto every computer. Nice. Yeah, Education Edition's like got some special stuff to it, right? Big breakthrough. Your pen is it halfway? Oh dang, one. Oh dang. I don't think the pen's gonna survive all of Inktober. You're gonna need a second one. It'd be nice to see the G code, but I can't right now. Yeah, we're getting really close. We're getting really close on the eye being done. Played VR Minecraft once. Luckily there were no creepers because you stopped playing before anything bad happened. There you go. Yeah, I haven't played Minecraft VR yet. I think that'd be fun to try. I've played ray traced Minecraft. That was interesting. To me, it just looks like Minecraft with shaders. All stuff got restricted. Yeah, that was my thought, right? Where it's like there were plenty of pretty much anywhere that had a VR headset had some like come try out the VR headset, see what VR is like booth. Now it's like everything's so strict that it's like you cannot return headphones, microphones, VR headsets. Stores just will not let you return them. Like the return policy is as soon as you buy this, it is yours. There is no returning because we cannot resell it, basically. Minecraft VR is best when you have a Vive or Steam headset to your knowledge? Really? It just works with it better, or is it like the controllers? Imagine you're moving into the new school on Tuesday. This is a run that was built in the 60s, so you got a new $72 million school. Dang. But yeah, a school in the 60s, I can understand that. Haven't heard about the Vive in a while? Yeah. Well, I mean, they stopped making it. At this point, it's the Index. Right? Like, if you're going to buy, like, a Valve-supported headset, it's the Index now. Oculus VR is not great. It works. Buying Oculus headsets now is a bit iffy. You know, if you're like me and you don't have a Facebook account and stuff. Like, you know, because it was previously like, yeah, Facebook owns Oculus, but it's really just so they can put the money behind it. And then from there, like, you don't need a Facebook account. It's not tied to anything. We'll recommend you do it for, like, social stuff, but, like, you don't need it to use the headset. And then, like, here it turns out they're like, oops, haha, we lied. And, you know, now you need one, and anyone who, like, has the headset retroactively, I believe, will have to, like, add an account as of, like, 2023 or something. Oculus VR Minecraft. Gotcha. Like, it just doesn't work as well. Oculus is great right now, even though you just have a Quest that works perfectly fine. The Quest is a really impressive headset. Quest, especially the Quest 2. The Quests are very impressive because they are, you know, standalone headsets like that. It is really impressive. I'm not sure if, like, the eye is done or if it's, like, got a couple more layers left to it, but it's close. It's close. And we've got some pieces of, some little tiny pieces of Duskull are done in the back. While it's not necessarily a good measure of, like, how much faster the print's gonna run, I tend to keep an eye on, like, how much of the print is, like, if you're looking down at the top of the layers, how much, like, the print is kind of shrunk in on itself, like any little extending pieces. Like Duskull's, like, little, you know, tail is mostly done at this point. At least a good chunk of it's done. With the money you donated, you could have bought one. This is true. Always wanted the Quest. Yeah, I mean, the thing right now is the fact that, like, my one reason for not wanting a Quest myself is because, like, I don't need VR that's like that standalone. So for me, it's like I'd rather just get a headset that can play more powerful games solely running off my computer. I don't need the Quest side of it. I don't need the standalone part of it. I just need the HMD. The rendering can all be handled by my computer all day long, and I'm happy. I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong, Manilix. I'm still very appreciative. They're not wrong. Kept seeing this when I was tempted a lot. Yeah, I see him whenever, like I said, I've been going into Best Buy recently to look at stuff, you know, and I was talking about the kid who, like, again, I'm blown away by that. I'm blown away by the fact that it's like, I would never have been, if I was ever that just, like, completely apathetic, like, completely unexcited about the idea of, like, my parents getting me that stuff, we would have walked out of the store and not purchased a thing, right? Like, I think some of it is, like, I know there are some parents, it's very strange to me, and, like, I get it to an extent. Like, I get the mentality in a way, but it's not a very smart mentality to have of, like, get my kid into streaming because then he'll make all that money, and it's like, no. Especially not if the kid's, like, not excited about it. But it's one. It's just like, again, like, if that was me and my parents, we would have left the store with nothing. Yeah, but like I said, when I am in Best Buy, they have a like ton of quests. Like, I don't even know if you can buy a Rift S. Like, because I was able to walk into the store and go, I want that Rift S, like, and just point at like a box in like a security case. I was like, okay, and like that was that. Whereas like I don't think they really have Rifts in store anymore. What's the story? Yeah, earlier in stream I was talking about, maybe it was when the stream died. Just like, I'll walk into Best Buy every once in a while just to kind of see what they've got and like see like maybe I find like a random deal on like a mic stand or like new lights. Because again, like I've mentioned, like these lights are fantastic. They work great. They are big. You know, it's a full like 1.5 foot by 2.5 foot soft box that's like super deep. You know, has that massive base and stands all the way up there. Like, so I've been looking at getting some other lights. I considered an Elgato key light. Those are just really expensive. But yeah, so I was like looking at those and I was seeing them and just like there was like a family, like a mom and dad and like a kid who like was like 11 to 13 standing there, and like the parents were buying this kid all this stream equipment. Like, you know, ended up getting like Elgato ring lights. They already had like the Elgato webcam. They already had like stream decks and all this stuff. And clearly they had already purchased a lot of stuff and were just buying more things for this. But like the kids seemed to have no interest, or at least like was not like the interest of, oh boy, I'm getting all this really cool stuff to use. I can't wait to use it. He was literally headphones on, watching like TikTok or whatever on his phone. Like that was the thing that was like like I would have been so excited, or I would have been the one who had to do the talking if I was getting the thing, right? Like, so that was the part that was just strange to me. So it's like, obviously I don't know the full situation, but like it very much, everything was playing like they were getting it for the son. The son was not at all interested in what was happening. Like, to me, it felt very much in the way that it would have been like, yeah, this is whatever. This just happens. I get the stuff, and like it's no big deal. Like that's the kind of feel that it had. I was like, what the heck? The story of the non-investigated, yeah, basically like the non-investigated, like, because again, like I would have been, like I said, I would have been through the roof about it, and if I wasn't, we wouldn't have gotten it. So I'm just sitting there. And it's like, because it's like, because Elgato equipment is expensive, right? Like, for some of the stuff, it makes sense. I will get certain capture cards and certain things. The Stream Deck is a device that I know a lot of people don't really think is necessary. It's not, but like I really like it. I love like the software and just like the setup for it and everything. But like their lights are expensive. Their lights are very expensive, especially for building a new setup from scratch if you don't know what you're doing. Like their lights have value. When like the lights have a certain value to them when like, you know, you already have a full setup and stuff and you have a lot of the Elgato environment, but like it's kind of like Apple. Like the products are quality. They are more expensive than some of the more budget options because they're not budget products, but like they still very much work best in a certain ecosystem. But it's just like to be getting that level of stuff when it seems like not knowing anything. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what the situation was. It's like I can't like judge anyone fully. It was just very strange, and it was very strange to me to see this and be like, this is not how I would like expect the kid to be reacting in this situation. And like the only reason I could think like I would justify that is like the kid doesn't want to stream, but the parents are like, oh, if you're gonna play video games, you're gonna at least stream and make some money with it or something. It's like that's not how this works, right? Yeah, I don't know. It was very strange. I felt like I needed to share. I forget what I had gone in there for. I think it was. What was it for? It was it was on Sunday. I bought a new cable modem just because I wanted to get rid of like the ISP one that I had. Just because, you know, ISP modem. It's a rental fee that in a year I'll pay more for the rental modem than I will for the one I just bought, and the rental modem's a piece of junk, you know? Like, so I wanted to pick that up, and I was also just checking, because, again, I have plans for this wall area that I would like to kind of get sorted out, and that light stand's not part of it, and there's no other way to mount that light. And, like, it's at the height that I want it, because I want it off camera, but it is literally, like, an inch from the ceiling. So it's like, it doesn't really work. It's a good light for, like, a set. It's a good light for a set. It's not a good light for a desk. Like, for a recording set, like, if I were to do, like, some, like, standing green screen shots, perfect. But not this. Seen tons of Xbox Series S at Walmart and a few times at GameStop. Yeah, the Series S is starting to stay in stock. The PS5 still not so much, and the Series X definitely not. I am hopeful that the OLED Switch, because it's not really a new Switch, will have a little bit better chance at staying in stock. Though I kind of hope today, because I swung by on my way to get my haircut, I swung by to check out like if there was stock at the Best Buy that this other, you know, streamer kid story happened at, and then like that and the Walmart by me, I also stopped in just to see like maybe they had stock, because I remember, you know, when I was getting groceries the other day at Walmart, I was like, let's just see what they got. I stopped in and they have tons of Switches. They've got like their whole like Switch display case is just stuffed full of a bunch of Mario games, a bunch of Redbox Switches, because I mean that's all that they are now at this point. A bunch of the Mario Kart Live stuff. Still plenty of the Mario 35th anniversary Game & Watches. I think like Nintendo made a run, they all sold out, and Nintendo made a second run off of that demand, and then all the people who wanted them bought them in that first round. So there's still a bunch of those sitting there, as well as they are now hidden behind the pile of other Switches that have been put in there. But you can see faintly in the back of the display case at my Walmart, multiple Animal Crossing Switches are still in stock. Now who wants to buy one Nintendo? I do want to buy one Nintendo. Yeah, because I've mentioned this before. The new OLED Switch is definitely not a Switch that Nintendo expects you to go out and buy as a replacement. If you were happy with your Switch and were just waiting for a Switch Pro, then no need to get it. But I was already considering just getting a Redbox Switch before the OLED announcement. So at that point, I decided I'll wait for the OLED to come out because it's not that like big of a thing, right? Like it's like the OLED Switch coming out, like it's not a very big upgrade, but like I didn't need a new Switch immediately, but I kind of want a new one by the time BDSP's here. And just in general, I at this point my Switch is showing age, and interestingly, my current Switch is on the used market valued higher than any other Switch model. So like theoretically, if I wanted to, like, if there was like an, oh no, this is a waste of money, I could sell my current Switch once I transfer everything off of it, but I kind of like the idea of having a second Switch for dual hunting. If you're going to the OLED, you'll try to snag a special edition that might they might want like a Mario or Zelda. That's fair. That's totally fair. I think that makes sense. Like if you're planning on getting one, and like in my opinion, special edition things, unless you're like truly a collector, like special edition ones don't really make sense to me outside of the context of I was gonna get one anyways, may as well get one of the fancy ones. You know, like the Animal Crossing Switch. I know some people just got them because like, yeah, I'm getting a Switch anyways right now because of lockdown. Like, may as well get one that looks cool. You know, like that's fair. That's fair. It's in the Series S, Walmart 2. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the Series S, even like, you know, last year around like the holidays and stuff, when they were like when it was, everyone was still trying to get them. They were I mean, everyone's still trying to get them, but like when they were brand new and it was the holiday season, you know, the demand was really high. Even the Series S by like late November, early December was starting to kind of hit that point where it was like, as long as you got to the site within the first few minutes, you had one. Like, other ones didn't hit that for a while. Would get a Series S if it had a disk drive, but nope. That's fair. That's fair. Like, I got one for my dad because, you know, he doesn't have a library of games. It doesn't really, like, have a shelf of them or anything, and digital games are fine, and the most convenient is get Game Pass, right? Like, it makes sense. But for me, if I got one for myself, I would want to get one with a disc drive just because I've always liked having that physical collection. It's why I'm still really hoping that like the GameStop by me does a midnight release for Pokemon, because I would like to be able to just go to the store and buy it, you know? First recording is done tonight. Nice! Just beat Crystallized, first try. 1325 out of 1340. That is impressive, dude. That is very impressive. I was very impressed with the combos you were able to keep, man. I was very impressed at that, watching your videos. So where are we at on this print? Nice. Progress is being made. I wish I knew what layer it was on. Just kind of got to estimate. Highest combo on that was 424. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Come on, Duskulls. Hey, there's some Duskulls. Boy, am I sweating though. I feel that. Like last year around this time. Yeah, like last year around this time, I was using Beat Saber as just like a daily exercise thing. Need discs of what happened to your PS4 digital library. What happened to it, Juan? I don't know if I've heard about this. Did it just like get deleted or something? But yeah, that's also the thing, right? Like, granted, unfortunately, less and less is the case, and it sucks. But like, it at least used to be the case that like, if you owned a physical copy of the game, you had the game. Online services go down, anything goes down, you still have a game, you can still play it. It might not have all the features if there was online functionality, but like, you still had the game. But yeah, now like when game discs are just like licensing keys to go and download the digital version. Been seeing the Mario Game & Watch and the Zelda ones at Walmart, but like not a lot of them. Vanillix, I think you're very behind on stream. You may need to refresh, bud. Because yeah, like in my Walmart, there's still a good number of them. Like it's more so that the number doesn't go down every time you go back. Like there's a good stack. There's probably about like 10 to 15 of them. Two colors, orange and blue. Orange and blue, like the lights in the back of the stream usually are. Or like this layout kind of is. Like orange and the light blue. I'm 10 minutes behind, dang. Yeah, that's a good ways back. Some more songs? Okay. I was really, did we finish the playlist already? I mean, we're 2 hours in, but like... I feel like the playlist does go for the 3 hours usually now. I can count on it that I already have another streamer's link and friend Switch link, so this will be X's episode. Nice. I can't. I'm ready. I'm ready to see you play that song, man. I see what Beetle Binky's one who gave you green and dark green. That's kind of rough. To me, that was kind of rough. Like, ooh, I mean, you can still tell, but like you can still tell them apart, but it like very close together. See the huge Twitch leak? That's not even a leak at that point, man. The Twitch thing was insane. Like, literally, you have all of the like stuff at your disposal just to make a new Twitch. Right? Like, you could just deploy your own Twitch with that leak. Like, that's the level that leak was to. Like, to the point that people just log into the new one, too. That's the thing. Like, you have so much stuff that people can just take their login and go and log into a new Twitch that you deployed. It's insane. Beat with your feet, yes. No, the Twitch thing was crazy. Honestly though, like, I think more people are getting wrapped up in the whole, like... I think more people are getting wrapped up in the, like, the amount that streamers are getting paid by Twitch, or, like, the amount that Twitch is paying out to streamers, which basically counts anything related to bits and anything related to ads run on this. Basically anything bits related, ads run on, like, ad runs on the channel, and subscriptions on Twitch. That's all been public knowledge. Well, if you watch the stream, the subs come through. Streamers get like 70+% of that. The donations come through in bits. The streamers get 70-something% of that. The ads run. I don't know if CPM was really known, so that might be the one unknown factor, but like people being like, gasp, these people are paid hundreds of thousands a month. Yes, or like, you know, tens of thousands a month. Yes, they have like, you know, like streamers I watch from, I think like, because people at one point, it was already a big story. This has been a big story now like twice, the center of it twice in a row now. But like, people are like, you know, Hassan was like, people get upset that Hassan bought a house, right? That was stupid. Now students like, oh, he bought like a $3 million house. And I was like, he lives in California. That's not a mansion, right? Like it's a big house. It's living comfortably, but like it's not that much. It's not that much for California, especially for like LA or wherever he is, San Francisco or San Diego or something. I don't know where he is. But he's been there twice because he got that, and his whole audience, like a lot of his audience, was upset with him because, yeah, God forbid the man that we gave money used the money, right? Like, you know. So he's already stuck. He already got screwed with that, and then his name was one of the top names on like the leaked info of like the top 100 streamers. It's like, yeah, like. This, like, I don't get how that's the part, like, I guess, like, it's the part that most people understand is the money, or at least they don't understand, but they, like, have a concept of, is, like, everyone who sees the leak knows how much $1 is worth, but, like, not everyone who sees it knows what, like, a source control repo is. So, like, yeah, but it's, like, the fact that they had that, and they had other database things, you should be worried about your security on that platform and other Amazon platforms, not the fact that, oh, streamer made money. It's like, yeah, you gave them money. It's like someone on here being like, you make money. And it's like, yeah, you donated a super chat. Like, you know, like obviously like different scales here, right? Like. But at the same time, yeah, like, can't imagine Twitch paying you that much for not being in the top 1.1%. Hey, Aiden, what's going on? What are you 3D printing? We're 3D printing a shiny Duskull. I'm basically racing the printer. That's basically what we're doing. Yeah. Other friend, you do purple and black. Oh, cool. Okay, I think we're okay. Had some dropped frames there. It's a sad truth that you get paid top dollar being the top 0.1% streamer. Vanillix, no, that's what you're saying is like the thing that people are saying. I'm like, Twitch pays these people so much. Twitch isn't paying them. Like, yes, the money is going from Twitch to the streamer, but do you know what all the money shown in like that top 100 streamer thing outside of ad placements as the one thing, and that is the bare minimum of that. And every streamer gets it, not just the top 1%. Any Twitch partner, which is anyone who has like 50 followers and streams 8 times in a month, right? Like, this is not hard numbers to hit in terms of Twitch as a whole. Everyone gets that. That is subs and bits. That is not Twitch paying them. That is the viewers paying them. That's the thing. That's why it's like, I don't get why it's such a big deal, but it's this, But yeah, no, it's not like, oh, look how much Twitch is paying Critical Role or XQC or, you know, or Amaranth or Pay Money Wubby or Hassan or you know, Pokimane. It's like, no, that is how much the viewers are paying them. Like, I think a lot of people are taking it in the way of like, oh, why are we giving them so much money? Twitch gives them money. That's not Twitch's money. That is the money that people are giving the streamer. That'd be like if I said, I think, to be transparent on this, I think I make like somewhere between 30 and 50 a month on memberships, I think, is what it comes out to. From like the 8 or 9 numbers. And if you look at like the cost of memberships, it's somewhere between like $30 or something. That's like saying I get $30 from YouTube a month for streaming. Why would you become a member? That is the member money. That is it's like your money that you donated. And saying like, oh, well, YouTube gave you that much money. It's like, no. That's not. YouTube and Twitch are middlemen here. This is not money coming from those platforms. Those are totally different deals. The exclusivity deals, all that stuff that's handled through contracts, that's a different ballgame. That's a whole different thing. And some subs, yeah. Yeah, so that is the money that was paid out through Twitch's like normal monetization program. When people say it's money specifically from Twitch and not including anything else, it means the bits and the ad revenue and the subs. The stuff that's not included is Streamlabs donations that go directly through PayPal, which, to be transparent to everyone, is generally better for the creator. Any amount more than I believe like $1 US, going straight to the creator's PayPal is better. than going through super chats or anything, as far as the amount of the money that goes to the streamer. However, going through YouTube or through Twitch tends to have more interactivity as far as like it shows up on stream. Potentially, doing super chats somewhere in YouTube's algorithm, they do get a cut of that. So, hey, a channel that gets a lot of super chat money might get recommended more. That's not something they would say, but it's possible. Yeah, so you have like stuff like that, but so it's not counting Streamlabs donations, which anyone that does like media shares or just in general takes donations through Streamlabs that go straight to PayPal. That's not in that number. Or sponsorships with outside companies. If you have a G Fuel sponsorship, if you have, HP Omen sponsorships, one of my buddies is sponsored by like HP and all this stuff, and has a lot of these things. Like, those aren't included in that number. But anything as far as people going like, why am I giving them so much money? Look how much they make. The money that got leaked, the amounts that got leaked are that money that viewers are giving to streamers. Said Pokemans to be very careful now again. Just realized that you butchered her name, but you don't even care. It's probably gonna die from Sims now. Nah. I watch Pokemon for her personality, attractive, but like genuinely funny and nice too. Yeah, I mean, there aren't a lot of streamers I watch. I don't watch her normally, but when like offline TV as a whole was doing a lot of Among Us stuff, I mean, obviously she'd be in a lot of it. Cause yeah, it wasn't really until recently I actually started like using Twitch more. Aren't simp. But yeah, so like that's I ranted and people left, which is fair. But yeah, no, like that's just the thing where it's like the numbers people are seeing and being like, I can't believe that they make that much money. It's like, I can't believe I donated to them. Look how much money they make. It's like, that money is the money that you donated. That is the money that is your support. That is showing the amount that people have supported, right? Like that's what that is. Like that is what that is. That's not the same. And obviously, like, I think it can be a bit of a shock to see like how much certain creators have made in a certain amount of time, because it doesn't, the wealth doesn't show up on stream as much as it does in some other like content creation platforms potentially, or just in general like pipelines of like traditional old media celebrities or stuff like that. Like, it doesn't quite show up the same. I think because a lot of times, for one, like, let's say I started making tons of money. For whatever reason, my CPM on YouTube suddenly shot up to multiple dollars, almost per view kind of thing. That'd be insane, but that's the only way I can say it without saying, like, which also it could be like, imagine we suddenly start getting like 1,000 concurrents. Like, and it's to the point I could live off of it. A lot of that money starts going to rent, right? But like, odds are the background's not going to change. I don't care about fashion or anything, so the clothing's not going to change. And like, most of that money goes into savings. So like, I imagine it's like, if hypothetically I went to making like, 7 figures a year off of streaming, like, odds are the most it would change with the background is like the actual backdrop would become something at some point. Or like at some point you would start seeing a different corner of a different room in a different house. And that's all the context you have is, again, a room with a wood desk in it. Right? Like, so like, if that's your context for this, like, and like, again, we're talking like this and it's not like you watching a big screen at a movie theater with all this massive production. It's me and like, at that point, a small crew because you can afford salaries and stuff. Like, I think that's where the shot comes through. It's like this setup right here is a setup for someone like me who has 4 people watching or someone who has 4 million people watching. Like outside of it being a bit messy in the background just because I'm still not fully, set up. Like, I think that's what it is like, you see someone at this, like, doing, like, streaming the way I am and go, like, oh, they probably make what Ian makes with it, which is, like, money, basically, to possibly break even on equipment, So, like, it comes as a shock when you see that they make that much, I think is what it is. Yeah, you paid for the sub, you paid for the donation. Yeah. Does she do gameplay or something? Yeah, she plays video games. Other super popular girl, can't remember her name. Are you thinking of Amaranth? That is a very different type of stream. Very notorious for that type of stream, too. This is the time where I should use a VTuber model at night because Sims became too much. And also, I think a lot of that might as well also have been because VTubers just have it, like, VTuber tag on something could just add an insane amount of success to it. Just because VTubers are a popular thing. With the success of stuff like HoloLive and VShojo, like, it's not surprising to see more people do VTuber stuff, and, like, you know, the equipment to do it is relatively cheap. It's not, like, super cheap. I mean, like, I think, from what I've heard, I know HoloLive's proprietary in what they use, and, like, you can use stuff like Live 2D, which is, you know, like, relatively inexpensive software, you know, in terms of, like, if you're building a whole stream setup, your existing iPhone that you have and, like, a computer can do the Live 2D rigging, you know? No, I never heard of her. You're fine off not. Because that's the person I would have thought you were talking about as far as, like, other super popular, like, girl streamer. Streamer make money, streamer make living, streamer no make money, streamer need job, streamer can't get job, streamer broke, streamer get evicted, streamer live in box on side of road, streamer poor. I mean, I think it just generally is like this thought of like, it's, streamers are just some other person that you can almost like just be friends with sitting in a room in a slightly lopsided version of a Discord call, right? Like, I think that mentality is there, and then like, it's like, I think some people almost view it as like, imagine you had a good friend who regularly asked you for money, and you're like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out. I know you're like struggling, and then you find out that friend is like a multimillionaire, and it's like, what? And it's like, I think people view it that way when it's not really that, right? Like, it is entertainment, it is content. You are paying to support the creation of that content, even if the content is something that just feels like a conversation. Fetish ghastly, but you one hit him and he died. No, I'm so sorry. Did you guys like your streamer story? No, because I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to me. I'm streamer. I don't want that to happen. Breaking their own rules for Amaranth and certain streamers. Yeah. I will say somewhat in that case. They know the risk they're running. They know they are pushing the rules. They are finding loopholes, and just because a loophole exists doesn't mean the company's gonna go, you got us. They're just gonna, oh, that's not allowed anymore. We're changing the terms of service. That's now not allowed. You know, like, yeah, that's a whole thing. that's a whole thing. Some animators you follow are now doing VTubing, watching the models. Kind of look weird. Like the person doing the video, but watching a model ragdoll around is weird to you. Let's see, just don't watch them. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, people think the streamer and YouTuber is their friend. Yeah, and I mean, you end up in situations that are even like beyond that and worse. Like, you'll see that more so in the situations of like the e-girls, the streamers like Pokimane, who like, they're a streamer, they're doing it for the same reason I do it, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's still streamer in chat, but some people just don't know the boundaries of that, and like, it becomes this whole extra weird thing that I do not envy having to deal with, as far as like, people just being a little unhinged, you know? Flashback to when Alinity still had a platform. Oh, that's the name. Is that the person you were thinking of, Juan? Yeah, she kept coming up because of other controversies. It's my friend, right? Let's just talk to you stuff. yeah, I mean, but that's also the thing, though, right? Is like we can sit here, especially in a small chat like this, where like it's a few of us. There are according to chat 4 concurrent viewers. There are about 4 people talking in chat. So yeah, like it lines up. We can have like actual like in-depth conversations. But at the same time, there is an understanding here that I am still the streamer. You are still chat. This is like a relationship over the internet as far as just like hanging out and talking. And like, because it's small and because you guys are here, it's like, it's fun and like we get to know each other more and stuff. But I think there's a point people do take it too far where it's like people don't realize that there still is a barrier here of the stream, right? Like, again, you guys are great. I would still be very off-put if you just showed up at my house, right? Like, or something along those lines, right? Like, that's something that's still out there as far as, like, I don't say my last name. I don't say where I live. These are things that friends would probably know. You guys don't, right? Like, because it is still the internet, right? Doesn't care for us. He's only doing this for money. Exactly. I just see you guys as piggy banks. I just got to appease you in ways for you to give me your money, and then once I know you're broke, you're banned. That's it. That's the truth. Juan's cracked it. Yeah, that's the one I forgot about once all the controversies around her kind of like wrapped up with her just being pushed aside. I wish could do it more personal level, but except that I can't. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, that's the thing where it's just like, it's there is a boundary, like that in general I think every creator kind of wants to have. Like, it is amazing. It is an amazing feeling to have like great and amazing people in the community and like hang out and talk and get to know each other and know like, Vanillas has got his job. Sudden you're doing all this VR stuff. It's really cool. Juan and his Inktober things. It's like, it's great to know this and like get to know everyone and stuff and like hang out and talk and talk about what's happened to the days and stuff. And like, it's great to hang out because we have stuff in common with Shiny Hunting and everything. To, like, hang out and chat. And at this point, it's not just like coming into chat because they Shiny Hunt. It's like, oh hey, let's catch up with Ian. Let's catch up with everyone and stuff. Like, talk and like, it's fun. But again, it's different. There is a difference. There is a difference. With your permission, can I meet you at like a VidCon or something? Plan or something. I mean, that kind of thing's fine. Yeah, it's the thing. Like, if we ran into each other, like, if you just happened to see me somewhere and you went, yo, that'd be cool. That'd be fine. I'm down with that. That's awesome. But if you knocked on my door, I'm not answering. If you just knocked on my door and like, we're like, Ian, it's me. It's like, how'd you find out? Right? Like, at that point, it's like, how did you figure this out? What level of effort went into this? But like, yeah, if we were at like a convention and I ran into, I've mentioned when I've gone to places before and stuff, but like, yeah, that's a different thing. That's fine. Someone would have to buy you a plane ticket. Well, Sutton's broke. We gotta ban him, right? But yeah, so like, that's the thing. Like, I think like a lot of people, especially like female streamers, have to put up with that on a different level. Where I think some people, there are people who just in general like think that like they are owed something. Like, in general, I think it's the mentality that could also be applied to any large streamer. Like, oh, you're this rich because of me, I'm owed something. Or like, but in the case of a lot of female streamers, like, I've given you so much, I'm owed, like, your affection. It's like, no. Fortunately, I don't deal with that. At least I don't think. I've never had to. And I am much less likely to. Yeah, it's like, that's just not how it works, right? Please not the ban hammer. Gotta pay up, man. Only for the money. Look, the facade's been ruined. I may as well just, run with it. Up to the store knocking and being like, "Give me cat Riley address." That's the thing. It's like I don't want that on the internet. I don't want that to be known just to the world, right? Been a loyal viewer for 3 years, man. And where's the money? Where's the money? I haven't seen any. Again. I kid. Yeah, but that's just, in general, yeah, it's like, again, like, people see streamers and just YouTubers and just general content creators, like, in the current social media internet era, very differently than, like, traditional celebrities. And I think the line gets blurred, like, they see them that way in certain ways or stuff, or, like, it's very strange. It's very strange. Because, again, like, you end up in the situation where, like, I thought you were, like, one of us. And it's like, to a point, yes, we like the same games, we like the same stuff. That's why like the conversations work. But at the end of the day, especially bigger streamers especially are entertainers. And like, if you have a big streamer that's like that has a chat that's impossible for them to keep up, where like the only entity known is chat and mods, right? Like, it's no longer individuals in chat. It is a wall of streaming conversation only acknowledgeable as chat, right? Like, at that point, the streamer is truly just an entertainer, there to provide content, you know? Like, you can get to know the streamer because they talk about themselves and stuff, but at that point, they really are no different in the relationship you have with them than, like, a traditional movie star celebrity type, right? Like, you know them, they don't really know you. So, like, they owe you nothing, really, at the end of the day. It's like, you have paid them for content. They have provided the content. End of the line. End of story. But yeah, you see the stories every once in a while. It's always very unsettling when, like, you see the story of, like, another creator had to come out and say, "Stop coming to my house." Because, yeah, it's like, when it seems so much more personal, like a lot of YouTube and Twitch stuff does, or like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, it all seems more, like, personal. When, like, they're just looking right at a camera that is that's on a screen solely for you, it feels like it is for you, but it's like, no, I still want my home to be my home. It's like, I don't want anyone just randomly walking up on like, you know, out of the blue. Unsubscribe and take away your membership and always dislike videos. You broke, so you're safe. Resubscribe to this amazing streamer so he doesn't find us and demand more money. YouTube being bullies. I'm the bully now, yeah. Take your life insurance? I guess so. I guess that'll do. We're making progress on the Duskull. Take your life adds life insurance. That's what it means, right? If you can't actually pay up, we take your life. That's what life insurance is. Take your social security number and about your life for the rest of your life. Take your insurance and then you insert your social security number. I don't think that would work. I'm not that good with like that kind of thing. Still pretty new to it. Only had to do it to a couple of viewers. Yeah, so we're up to the body of Duskull, it looks like, if I'm looking at it right. I think, I don't think there's anything more. Yeah, it looks like the actual tail is done, and we're just working on our way up the body now, which I guess is the point that it can take a little while. How much, what's the percentage? Yeah, like we're at 52%, but we're not even like halfway through, we're nowhere near halfway through the print. That's just, the way the percentage works is unfortunately, it's not a good estimator for time. If you guess what number do you think you find a shiny Duskull? I don't know. I don't know when we would find it. I'm gonna say around 800. I think 800 is fairly optimistic. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think we're gonna get it around then, but I would. That's about the point where I would start feeling like we have a shot. Is 800 encounters. Just because, like, the odds are really low. Unfortunately, the odds are pretty low given the way that the KO method works in Sword and Shield. It doesn't really boost your odds too terribly much. Play it slow from Progressive and take all of our car and life insurance. I don't want your insurances. I don't want to have to pay for those. Also, this is one thing I noticed that YouTube. I think I noticed it yesterday in a stream on YouTube. I don't know when we'll get a chance to see it pop up, but I believe now. So you know how it's been a thing for a while, where it almost looks like randomly people, become members again on stream, and it shows up as like a newest member thing, despite it not really like being a new member thing. I believe now YouTube chat actually shows when memberships renew. So it actually has some context as far as like Dog Lover. Dog Lover's been a member for a while now. I think Stream Labels actually does show. Yeah, Dog Lover has been a member for 6 months in a row, was what it said. And I believe now that actually is a notification in chat. I believe that actually shows up as a notification in chat now. So I guess we'll see when that happens. We're playing, Ian, where do you live? Please. Earth. Hopefully that's specific enough. Calm yourself. We didn't have a stream yesterday. Yeah, we did not have a stream yesterday. I was watching one yesterday. Yeah, we didn't have a stream yesterday. Again, for guys who weren't here, apologies for the stream yesterday getting moved to today, or really just canceled. We were going to stream today anyways. Apologies for it getting canceled. Basically, what had initially happened was I was over at my mom's, doing a little bit more like work as far as like cleaning some stuff out that needs just had to be tossed or put in a box to take to a storage unit or bring back to my place. So yeah, I was over doing that. Then ended up going a little bit longer. Just ended up hanging out and talking to my mom for a bit. So I wasn't able to stream just because I was doing that, and I felt that was a little bit more important. Need to get that stuff done. And then as I got back, I'm glad I canceled instead of just moving it an hour or so back, because as soon as I got home, I got a ridiculously bad migraine. Where I walked in the door and just went, "Oh, this is not going to be a fun night." Like, it hit me. Fortunately, it hit me after getting out of my car, so that wasn't a problem. But because that would have been a terrible time trying to drive like that. Even though I'm only like a couple miles away, I would have been like had to like find a parking lot and stop or something. That would have been awful. But yeah, fortunately I made it home. But then I was like immediately like, nope, no, I was like, I gotta lie down. Took some Excedrin migraine and then just like fell asleep for a while. So that's why we didn't stream. I guess these are all technically options. You never know. You guys haven't seen the outside. Maybe there is no outside here. It's actually just like a box on the spaceship. Am I an alien? I'm just not telling us. Well, if I was and I wasn't telling you, I wouldn't tell you now. I feel like that would just that would ruin all the hard work. We're getting close to not having to knock out the Duskull anymore. Getting close to odds. I don't know how closely, I don't know how accurately I've been tracking the encounters. I know I've had a few issues with that, just as far as like not quite keeping track of them right. At least I think I have, but I don't know. At least the dex itself will keep up with the number of encounters as far as like knockouts, which is what really matters for this. Because once we hit 500 on that, we're good to just like run away from everything at that point, and no longer have to go through all this knockout animation and going back to the Pokemon Center and everything, and we can just run around, which will be a little bit faster. It won't be like super fast or anything, but it'll be a little bit faster. Illusionary alien also means a person that is and live in a different way and location that doesn't fit your customs. True. True. Which I guess applies unless I just shocker, I'm your neighbor. Yeah, after this Duskull, after we knock this out, I'm gonna check the decks and just see where we stand on some stuff. All right. Okay. Okay. So it's like 15 higher. So once we get to like 485, we should be good. 485 will have like the max shiny increase odds. A different breed? How so? How so? Like 100 Duskull behind me. That's pretty good though. That's pretty good. I think you started when I was about 100 in, so that makes sense. It makes sense, and like I mean that's still keeping pace. It should speed up. At least for me, it should speed up once I hit the 500. Yeah, because once you hit 500, you no longer are really knocking them out. So like you're just running around and encountering them. And once you're doing that, like, yeah, you don't have to go through a lot of this. You'd already be out of battle. You'd already be gone on to the next one. It's like all the waiting for the HP to go down, waiting for the Duskull to faint, going through the XP gains, all that stuff stops, and it goes a lot faster. At least a lot faster on the scale of like the number of encounters you do, like the number of encounters in the long term, you know, like 100 encounters takes like several less minutes. So small adult or child, you have money. It's out all the ways. It's different. I see. Need to buy more tomorrow. It's at halfway. You're into 8. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna go through like 2 whole pens for Inktober. That's crazy. I think I mentioned on Tuesday you were talking about that, and I was like, I've only like actually run a pen out, like, or at least made a pen like unusable before like losing it once, and it was like a cardboard pen. I saw the pen yesterday when cleaning stuff up at my mom's. I found that cardboard pen, and sure enough, it was completely destroyed and put in a trash can. But dude, your Inktober stuff's been really cool to see, Juan. Pretty late uploads tonight. Gonna do Exodus or just get it done with. Do it. Do it. I'm waiting for this to get. I think it's got a while to go. Or maybe it's a little bit closer than I thought. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I've been meaning to get some like monitoring stuff set up to like actually kind of show me what layer it's on, so I can like kind of keep track of it that way. But That's rough. It's hard. Yeah, like we're probably getting kind of close to like the arms, but who knows? Who knows? Like the actual like, little arms sticking out in back, but we can also be very far away from that. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Try to put your pen in the pictures if you remember to do so, because your main habit is to have nothing in the drawing frame when taking a picture. That's fair. That's fair. It'd be cool to see the pen and the progress of it emptying. That would definitely be really cool. So you can kind of look and be like, look how much it went down just like today. That's not what I wanted. There we go. So I hit X, but I guess I didn't hit it enough for it to actually register. Eventually we'll not have to do that anymore. That should be the last time we had to do that, I think. Because I think, again, like we had enough Duskulls encountered and knocked out that like 485 was what we were aiming for here. So we only have like 19 more to knock out, and with 30 PP for our usual move here, that should be the last time we actually have to like leave this area. The rest of the time we're hunting, we should just be staying here. I'm gonna go ahead and save, just to make sure we don't lose any of this progress potentially. As far as the number of encounters, since fortunately everything in this method gets saved. Even if like the system shuts off or anything happens to the cartridge. Okay, flame charge. We're barely gonna have enough here. But we'll be good. Yeah, so probably into popping back on the bike and everything after this, and just start running into Duskulls. Realistically, I don't know why we're not on the bike now, but I haven't been yet, so I'm just not going to start until we hit the next phase. Yeah, there are a few things I'm looking for, like marks on that print, just to see where it is in the print, so I can try to get a reference for it. Because right now, like, the problem is right now it's like, yeah, I mean, I see where it's kind of going, but like 10 layers up, 10 layers down is all the same. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a good gauge of where it's at. Because again, like, it's through, like, quote-unquote, like, 52% of the print, but it's nowhere near that in terms of, like, material put down. Which is what actually determines how long it takes. Hey, welcome back, gamers. How you doing? Just finished the comp game in Val. Nice, how'd that go? Did not win. Now you're 80 out of 100. Ah, dang, dude. Rip. Yeah, I was just trying to see where it is, what I'll start seeing when it starts doing the other thing. I don't know. Yeah, because basically, I don't think it's finishing the print tonight. I don't think it's finishing the print on stream, is basically what it's coming down to. We're going to go for a little bit longer, but like, I can't go for like the 5 hours this print's going to be. First try again. Nice. 678's a good combo, dude. Finish today's drawing. This one's just silly. Silly's good. Arms hurt so much. You've done a lot of Beat Saber today, dude. I am not surprised. I don't know if I added that encounter. This has been the problem of this, is like, did I do that encounter? Or did I hit the button for that one? At this point I've done so many, I know I've hit the button twice on some and haven't on others, so I just kind of leave it. I assume it all evens out. To be honest, can't tell what part of Duskull that is. So the little tiny ball. That little ball is the eye, and the rest of it is the entire body aside from the mask. It's a shiny Duskull, so it's red. It is much more red than a real shiny Duskull would be, but I only have like bright red filament. It's gonna be a very bright shiny Duskull. Yeah, so it's just basically printing the whole like rest of the body as one piece straight up. The OG shiny Duskull. It's on Discord now. All right. Let's see. Let's see this. I'm calling you to inform you that your car's extended warranty is about to expire. It's like, oh boy, I loved getting those calls on my work phone at my previous company when I'm like, this phone's not associated with a car. I don't know what you're talking about. Spray faintly light gray on the red part. I'll just leave it out the sun fade for a bit. I may have to wrap the stream soon. My stomach is cramping for some reason, so I might have to go figure out how to like take care of that. I want to at least get the 485 so we can see if we hit 500. Your arms hurt? I can imagine, man. I can imagine. You've been doing a lot of Beat Saber, and Beat Saber wears arms out quick. I think the Gen 8 engine did Duskull Shiny a favor compared to the DS game, the 3DS games. 3DS games... Excuse me. 3DS games, yeah, they were just very undersaturated. Definitely Gen 8's lighting engine kind of fixed colors on Pokemon a little bit. It's still not perfect. A lot of Pokemon that got very like dulled down in terms of saturation stayed fairly muted in their colors in comparison to like look back at like Gen 3 or 4 sprites. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that one I think comes down to like artistic intent with it. Like, you know, what is your vision for the Pokemon really? Like what do you envision it looking like? Because yeah, some people have done some mods for the 3DS engine, the model textures and stuff. Sorry, my stomach's really cramping. I'm gonna do like one more encounter here, make sure that we're at 500, and then I'm gonna have to call it for the stream pretty quickly, guys. I apologize for that. Lantern got thrashed in 3D. A lot of Pokemon did. I mean, Starmie is a great one to look at. Like in terms of like the fixed version of the 3DS like model textures. Starmie got really fixed, and it really shows like what they could have looked like. All right, let's double check in the decks. Just reached 417. Hey, that's nice. Yeah, so again, guys, I'm gonna double check in the decks here real quick, just to make sure we hit 500, and then we'll pick up from here at another point. 499, come on. All right, one more Duskull. Come here. About to upload both vids. Nice. All right, let's see who's live. Hey, Happy's live. All right, guys. Like I said, sorry for wrapping up so quickly. Something's like cramping, so I gotta go deal with that. That might be a bit too much information, but thank you guys for watching the stream. Thank you for everyone that liked, everyone that subscribed. A big thank you to Sayaka for the super chat. We're gonna be doing a raid on Happy Ambipom here, so definitely go show them some love. I'll be back again, ideally tomorrow. Until next time, guys. Yeah, take care.